Newton's second law of motion. We will be discussing about the second approach of this. So let us consider an object having mass m at time t equals to 0. It means the object has just started the motion from its initial position. The initial velocity of the object is small u. After time t, the object has changed the velocity. Okay, so what would be the change of the velocity? What could be the cause? Force. Some unbalanced force is applied on the body, so therefore now the velocity of the body is changed and it is v. So initial momentum of the object will be p1, and we know that the momentum is mass into velocity. What is the initial velocity? U. So it will be mu. Final momentum of the object will be p2 equals to m into v. Now I will calculate total change in the momentum. It means I will calculate the difference between the two momentums. So it will be p2 minus p1. Put the values, which will become mv minus mu. Now I can take out m common. So it will become m outside the bracket v minus u. Now I will calculate rate of change of momentum, and rate here means any physical quantity when it is divided by time, and if the physical quantity is talked in terms of time, we call rate of that physical quantity. Okay, so same, I will put p2 minus p1. What is the final time? Small t, and initial time 0. So here I have put t minus 0 in the denominator. We have the values, so put the values in the formula, that is m v minus u by t. So t minus 0 will give you t only. Okay. Now very important thing comes here. Rate of change of momentum is also known as external applied force. So I will write rate of change of momentum as capital F, and this F is directly proportional to change in momentum upon change in time. Okay, so we already know this thing. Whenever proportionality sign gets removed, an equal to sign comes with a constant. Here that constant is k. Okay, now what about this term v minus u by t? What is it? Change in velocity with respect to time. It is nothing but the acceleration. So I can replace this whole term and I will write a. Okay, now the value of constant in this relation is 1. So what is the formula of the force? F equals to mass into acceleration. This is the desired formula which we have obtained in the previous approach also. Now let's talk about unit of force. We know that mass 1 kg, acceleration if it is taken 1 meter per second square. Put the values in the formula, and what you will get? 1 kg meter per second square, and this 1 kg meter per second square is also known as 1 Newton. So if the question comes, what is the SI unit of force? It is 1 Newton. Okay. Now it's time for the statement. The rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to the applied unbalanced force. This is the statement of second law of motion. Whatever things we have derived previously, the statement states that thing. Okay. Now what are the applications and what could be the important questions, situations which can be asked? First one, a fielder while catching a fast moving ball gradually lowers down his hand with the moving ball, as you can see in the picture. The fielder lowers down his hand to catch the ball. Why? Just remember this relation. Here you can see F is inversely proportional to time. It means if less value of time, more will be the effect of force. If more value of time, less will be the effect of force. So basically what fielder is doing here, he is increasing the time of contact with the ball. So as gradually time increases, the force applied by the ball on the palm of the fielder will get reduced. Clear? Second example. Automobiles are fitted with springs so as to reduce jerks while passing over a rough road. As you can see in the picture, okay, a spring is being attached. Basically, these are called suspensions. So, what is the cause of these suspension? What is the purpose of these suspensions? When a vehicle passes over a bumpy road or a rough road, okay, the wheels will exert a force, experience a force, and that force will be passed to the passenger. So, these springs are basically increasing the time of contact with the passenger. So, more time, less force will be experienced, less jerks will be experienced by the passenger inside the vehicle. Last example. A karate player can break a slab of ice or a pile of tile or bricks with a single blow. How? Same relation. Now, here a karate player reduces the time of contact with the pile of tile. So, when he reduces the time of contact, he can apply more force on the pile of tile. And like this, he can break the slab of ice or a pile of tile. Okay, so this was all about Newton's second law of motion. Thank you.